Everyone, welcome back to the next episode of this story. Jungkook's POV. I didn't plan to get emotional in front of Taehyung, but when I felt those gentle kicks of our baby's first moment, it suddenly felt so real. My baby, Hannah's baby, the child we once dreamed about. But Hannah is not here to see it, and that hurts deeply. I wanted to be alone just for a while, but Taehyung didn't let me. Instead, he held me in the silence, letting me cry on his shoulder without asking questions. He told me to stay, and I'm glad I did. The warmth, the soft voice, the peaceful rhythm of his heartbeat beside me, it helped me fall asleep, not the restless, haunted sleep I usually have. This time I slept with calm in my heart. I woke up the next morning to find an empty bed. Cheetah instantly touched the space beside me. It was already cold. They must have smell of something delicious reached me even before I saw him. The accent of egg, garlic and sesame oil filled the air in the kitchen. Taehyung stood near the stove, focused completely on what he was cooking. I smiled, walking in without a word, and gently wrapped my arm around his waist from behind. Taehyung is smiling. Jungkook, you scared me. Jungkook, you are cooking for us? That smells amazing. I kissed his forehead and tightened my arms slightly around him. He blushed, and my heart swelled at how adorable he looked. We ate together and spent the rest of the morning just lazing around. At one point, we crawled on the couch and watched K-drama. Every now and then, Taehyung would laugh at the scene. Later that evening, I made reservation at a fine restaurant. I texted Taehyung asking him to get ready. When he stepped out of the room, wow, he wore a simple black dress shirt tucked into loose jean slacks and a pair of soft leather shoes. His wavy hair was half tucked behind his ear, and the glow in his skin made me forget how to breathe. Jungkook, you look breathtaking, Taehyung. He gave me a shy smile, tucked a strand of hair behind his ear. We drove to the restaurant and had a quiet but heartwarming dinner. We shared dishes, we fed each other little bites and talked about everything and nothing. But honestly, I was barely hearing what I just watched him. So we returned home late in the evening. Once inside, I gently closed the door behind us. The silence of the house made the moment feel more intimate. Without saying a word, I turned to face him. Jungkook, whispering, I have wanted to do this all evening, and I kissed him. It was slow, deep, tender. His lips were warm and sweet like honey. And peace, Taehyung leaned into me, kissed me back. His fingers gently curling into my shirt. The world disappeared for a moment, leaving only the two of us. When we broke apart, I whispered again, Jungkook, you are so beautiful. Taehyung, his chest flushed, and I could feel how fast his heart was racing beneath my hands. I picked him up gently, carrying him up the stairs to my room. He giggled softly and wrapped his arm around my neck, whispering my name like it was something precious. We entered my room. It was quiet and dimly lit. We didn't say anything. We just held each other. I took his hand and helped him settle on the bed. Then I laid him down beside him. I didn't rush anything. There was no need. We were already connected emotionally, mentally, soulfully. We kissed again slowly, breathlessly, soft touches, fingers crossing cheeks, foreheads pressed together. He told me it was his first time, and I promised him nothing would happen unless he wanted it. We just lay there, wrapped in each other's arms, kissing, breathing the same air, listening to our hearts race. Nothing more, nothing less, just us, the soft silence of the night. Later, as I ran my fingers through his hair, Taehyung looked up at me. Taehyung, Jungkook, thank you. Jungkook gently forward. Taehyung for being here, for not letting me feel alone. He smiled, and I knew in that moment that something deep had changed between us, and I wasn't just a passing moment of comfort. It was love, real, beautiful love. We heard Jungkook call softly as we both sank into the warmth of each other. It was the most intimate, emotional moment of my life, more than I had imagined. He gently held me close after pulling me into his arms and lied side by side on the soft bed. Heart still racing, Jungkook kissed me on my forehead, then slowly on my lips. I kissed him back, unable to stop myself from smiling. The kiss was long, full of many feelings I couldn't say even name. When we finally pulled back, he whispered near my ear, Jungkook, how do you feel? Then whispering, I feel peaceful, like I have finally found home. He kissed my cheek gently again before sitting up. He held me up to leading me to the bathroom like I was made of glass. I leaned against him as we cleaned up quickly. By the time we relaxed, Jungkook had already picked up our scattered clothes and tied up the bed. He handed me a pair of his grey shorts and a large black t-shirt. Taehyung, you want me to wear your clothes? Jungkook grinning, I want to see you in them. It will be my favorite sight. I rolled my eyes at his cheek grin, but he still wore them. When he stepped into the bathroom, I back on the bed, staring at the ceiling. I thought guilt might come. I thought I would regret giving my heart and body to him, but I don't. I didn't, not even a second. He came out minutes later, towel around his waist, chest still damp. The dim light made everything feel dreamlike. My eyes followed him. I'm thinking, oh no, he saw me. I quickly turned around and shut my eyes, pretending to sleep. But soon I felt the bed dip beside me and his warm presence moving closer. Jungkook teasing, did you like what you saw? You can stop pretending to sleep there. I sighed and peeked, one eyes open. His face was closed, his smile was closer. He leaned in and kissed me softly again. Jungkook, don't be shy. You are allowed to look. Taehyung mumbling, you are the only one lying here. What do you expect? Jungkook laughing quietly. I was sleep. I always sleep like this, but don't worry. I wouldn't do anything unless you want to. That wasn't the issue. The problem was me. How was I supposed to sleep with the man I had fallen for after sharing so precious? I lied still, trying every trick I knew to fall asleep, counting, breathing, exercise, turning to the other side, but nothing worked. His warmth, the memory of the touch, the kiss, all of it stayed in my mind after what felt like hours of trying. I sat up with a sigh. I couldn't do this. Jungkook stared and looked up sleepily. Jungkook concerned. Taehyung, are you okay? Taehyung, I'm fine, just restless. Jungkook, is it your body? Do you feel pain anywhere? Should I get you water? Taehyung shaking head. No, it's not that. He waited patiently for me to finish. I blurted it out before I lost the courage Taehyung, it's you and your bare skin. I can't sleep beside you like this. Jungkook looked surprised for a second, then he smiled. Jungkook, oh, you are uncomfortable? Taehyung, embarrassed. No, I mean, yes, but not like that. It's not about you. It's about how much I want you, and I don't know how to control it. I covered my face with both hands. He laughed softly and got out of the bed, grabbing something from closet. I heard the click of the lamp switch and his soft footy steps returning when I peeked through my fingers. He was standing in a loose pair of shorts and a tank top. A playful grin in his eyes. Jungkook, you could have just said you missed me. He sat beside me and gently pulled my arms away from my face. Jungkook, Taehyung, you don't have to feel ashamed. I want you to every part of you, but only when you are ready. I looked up into his eyes. He wasn't joking. He meant every word. I didn't say anything else. I just leaned in and kissed him. It was different this time, slower, deeper. A kiss that said everything I couldn't say aloud. He kissed me back with the same hunger and passion. The night didn't become intense like before. There was no rush, no pressure, just soft kisses, sweet touches, and us holding each other close like we belonged. That way, eventually, I fell asleep in Jungkook's arms, safe, loved home. Taehyung's POV. I woke up to hear someone moving around the room. Still half asleep, I smiled, thinking it was Jungkook, but my smile faded the moment I heard a family, very different voice. Good morning, Taehyung. I hope I didn't wake you up. I quickly sat up and pulled the blanket up to my body on reflex, even though it was already morning. Taehyung, good morning, Joy. When did you get here? And where is Jungkook? The last part came out a bit awkward, and I instantly regretted the look on Joy's face. Told me she definitely noticed the clothes, me alone in his room, and wrinkled seats, the silence. She smiled kindly. No track of judgment. Joy went out earlier. He told me not to disturb your sleep, and I hope I didn't. Taehyung, not at all. She turned back to continue her cleaning, but the question was bruising in my chest. I had to ask them, Joy, aren't you upset with me? Joy smiling, why would I be? Taehyung, anyone with eyes can see. You and Sir needed each other. Your sister, may she rest in peace, is gone now. The ones living here to go on, and honestly, I haven't seen Sir this happy in a very long time. Her words warmed my heart. She wasn't just understanding, she was supportive. She saw the way we look at each other, and instead of judging, she offered quiet approval. I blushed, hiding my smile as I got up from bed. I needed to take a shower and prepare for the day. Jisoo was coming back today, and I didn't want her to see me walking out of Jungkook's room in the morning. We need to keep this between us for now. But the question that had haunted me all night returned. What are we now? Friends, lovers, something in between? The thought sat quietly at the back of my mind. Later in the day, my dad called to check on me like he always did. We spoke for a few minutes. He said he missed me and that even Mom did too, even though I knew that was wasn't fully true. Still, I promised I would visit them soon, even though I probably wouldn't. By the time Jisoo came home in the evening, I was glad to see her as much as I had enjoyed the peaceful weekend with Jungkook. I knew we needed space to think. That night I had dinner with Jisoo. Jungkook wasn't home. We made small talk, and after she went to her room, I lay in mine, tossing in the bed, unable to sleep. My body still remembered his warmth. My heart raced to feel him close again. I had to settle under the blanket when I heard the soft crack of the door and quiet whisper. Jungkook softly, Taehyung, are you awake? My heart jumped at the sound of his voice. I got up quickly and walked towards the dark outline of his body. He held out his hand and I slipped into his arms. We kissed, soft and deep, and for a moment it felt like the whole world had disappeared. I wrapped my arm around his neck and he held me tightly. We spent the night together again, full of warmth and closeness. There were soft kisses, gentle touches, whispers, words, and the safety of each other's arm. By the time we drifted off to sleep, I felt more connected to him than ever. Weeks later, times moved quietly. 4 weeks passed by. Days Jungkook and I lived separately, lives under one roof, but every night he came to me. Sometimes we just lie to each other's arms, sometimes we kiss, sometimes we just talk in whispers. Every moment was precious, but during all this time, one fear stayed frozen deep in my heart. I had fallen in love with him, but what if he didn't feel the same? I was now only 6 months pregnant, but my body had changed, and sometimes I didn't feel beautiful anymore. But Jungkook always made me feel special. His voice, his eyes, his touch, they made me believe I was still someone worth loving. Still, the silence between us about our feelings started to wait on me. One afternoon, I couldn't hold it in any longer. I needed someone to talk to, someone I trusted, so I walked to Jisoo's room, but she wasn't there. I found her downstairs watching her favorite drama. I waited until the episode ended before finally speaking. Taehyung, Jisoo, there is something I needed to tell you. I know you might not like it, but please hear me out before saying anything. She gave me a curious look but nodded. Jisoo, Taehyung, you know, I will always listen first. I took a deep breath and looked down. Taehyung, I'm in love with Jungkook. There was a silence. I looked up at her. Jisoo, okay, what else? Wait, what? Taehyung confused. That's it? I just thought you would be shocked or angry. She laughed softly. Jisoo, Taehyung, do you think I haven't noticed the way you smiled when he walked in the room, the way your eyes followed him around and those late night footsteps? You really thought I wouldn't know? My face turned red. Then why didn't you say anything, Jisoo? Because I was waiting for you to tell me. It's your life and your feelings, and honestly, there is nothing wrong with loving him. My sister is gone. Jungkook is alive, so you both deserve happiness. Her kindness made tears sting my eyes. She hugged me, and as I cried softly into her shoulder, Taehyung whispering, I love him, Jisoo, but I'm scared he doesn't love me back. She pulled away slightly. Jisoo, have you told him? Taehyung, no, I'm afraid he will reject me. And I just don't want to ruin what we already have. She smiled gently. Jisoo, Taehyung, you need to talk to him. You deserve to know the truth. Jungkook might not show it easily, but that's not hurt. That But he is not heartless, and from what I see, he cares deeply about you. I know that slowly her words give me a strange comfort. Thank you, Jisoo, for not judging me. Jisoo grinning, of course, but please don't ever talk to me again about my brother's love life. It's weird. We both laughed so hard I almost weeped. Seriously, these hormones. As I climbed the stairs back to my room, I was already feeling exhausted. Pregnancy made everything so slower. Maybe I should ask Jungkook to let me use the guest room downstairs. These stairs were no joke. I changed clothes and checked my phone. A message light up the screen. Nitty, hey, we need to talk. Let's meet tomorrow. Same place, 4 p.m. I stared at the message, heart tightening a little. What does Nitty wants now? Sungji's POV. Ever since the death of my first daughter, Hana, I knew my home would fall apart, but have I never imagined it would be crumbled this much. My wife Johanna had never truly forgiven me, not from the past, not for my mistake, and certainly not for bringing Taehyung into our lives. And now she seems determined to punish me by turning her coldness into him. My son, my blood, Taehyung. He pretended to smile, but I know deep down he carries pain, maybe even hate, and I couldn't blame him. I was never the father he deserved. I had been a coward, afraid that loving him openly would cause friction with Johanna. I let her told myself that over time Johanna would soften towards him. I was wrong. I still remember how everything began the day she found out about Taehyung. Flashback, I watched her pass in the room, anger in her eyes, but she said nothing. Sungji, Johanna, what's wrong? Will you speak or should I go back to reading? She suddenly stops and faces me. Johanna coldly, how could you, Sungji? Sungji confused, how could I what? Johanna, I trusted you. I thought we were on the same page. Maybe we didn't say I love you out loud, but I believed in us. And now she hissed and thrusted her thrusted her phone at me. On the screen was a picture of a small boy, maybe 2 years old. I blinked confused. Sungji, what's this? Johanna, don't act clueless. You are only going to say you don't know him, Sungji. Why should I know him? Her voice cracked in disgust. Johanna, that's your son, your bastard son. The words slammed onto me like ice water. Sungji sobbed. What? My head spun. I tried to breathe, to think. Was she serious? A child? Johanna mocking. You are telling me you don't know the woman who gave birth to him? She flipped to another picture. I froze. Remy. Of course, I remember her. Johanna calmly looked closely. The child has her face and yours too. I swelled hard. Sungji, yes, I knew her, Remy, but it was years ago, just once. I was drunk. It was meaningless. I regret it deeply. But that child, he is not mine. Johanna, you slept with her? Sungji, yes, one time I swear. She sat down and held her head in her hands. I could see she was battling herself. Guilt hit me. I wanted to forgive me. And deep Deep down I knew he was Johanna. Quietly she sent a message that said she is sick. She wanted to make sure her child has someone to take care of him. She reached out for me, not you. My guilt turned into shame. I had hidden this. I had been selfish, Johanna. She asked me to raise the boys. She said couldn't anymore. So I will take him in. I will raise him like he is mine. He deserves that much. But you don't expect love from me anymore. With that, she walked away. That was the moment I felt I lost my wife. End of the flashback. Since then, Johanna became distant, cold. We drifted further apart with every passing day, and now after death, our home is like a frozen shell. I had hoped over the years that she would warm up to Taehyung, especially now he is pregnant carrying Jungkook's child, but instead of support. All these years I stayed silent. I let guilt rule my heart. I thought staying distance would protect them, that I was doing the right thing, but I was wrong. Now I want to make it right. I will fight for my son, not out of pity, but out of love. I stood up, chest heavy, but heart firm. I would speak to Johanna. I would end this Cold War. No more hiding, no more excuses. I would find her, and for the first time in a long time speak that my true thing is my son, and I love him, and no one, not even my wife, can stop me from being his father again. To be continued. So everyone, what do you think? What should Jungkook do? And what is gonna be the next in this episode story? See you again. Bye, love you. Bye.